We are AM 1450, FM 99.3 KNSI. It's time for another edition of Taking You Home with VoigtJohnson Real Estate. It is here every Thursday morning at 7:23, Saturday morning as well at 7:50 on KNSI. Start your home search at VoigtJohnson.com. Heidi Voigt, good morning.
Good morning.
I got it right this time, right?
You did.
Okay, very good. I've been practicing. Hey, I want to jump back to something that we talked about a while ago, and I think it is so important because, yeah, home ownership is really good, right? It's very good for the human being, for the personal, family, and all of that. But if you look at it at the next larger step, it's really good for community.
Absolutely. We alluded to that the home ownership cements the American dream and building financial wealth, but home ownership is only going to be as good as the community that we're in, and it's kind of the responsibility of all of us to ensure and continually create a community where people want to call home.
Now, not everybody realizes that at the same time in their life.
Nope.
Some people never do, right?
Yep. I mean, it comes down to givers and takers, and when it comes to developing a community, I kind of look at it as, pioneers and settlers, and the pioneers start programs and the settlers enjoy them and hopefully maintain them, right? And so there is a time and a place for people to make those contributions, but they can be at all different levels.
Sure. And if you look at how people's lives go, right? They raise their families, maybe have a home or two in that process, have more children, have to get a bigger place, right?
Yeah.
Kids are gone.
Yeah.
Now what do we do?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think Central Minnesota is a pretty amazing place in the sense that, we've got strong volunteer vibes and
Sure.
strong work ethic vibes that don't go away just because you're no longer gainfully employed. So I think that our retirement community, our aging community is so vital.
Mm-hmm.
They actually could probably run circles around most of us
I
as far
think
as
so.
the work ethic. I know my mother and father live with us in the summer,
Sure.
and they can run circles around us for sure.
Well, just because the kids are gone doesn't mean it's time to retire. Even if you're 65 or 70 years old, it's time for a second life.
Exactly. So, and we see that in a lot of different things. Even when you look at people who are maybe in the second half of their career and they start, or maybe in more of a managerial position where they have a little bit more latitude to invest in the community for their employers or their own business, and they get involved in things like Rotary and Lions Club and all those different programs that give back to the area and create events and locations that people want to go to.
Sure.
And Rotary is a great example. I mean, the Music by George, that has been such a instrumental contribution to our summers here,
Yeah.
and it's one of those things that I tell people that are relocating here, like, you can go there on Wednesdays and you're going to be amazed at the quality of entertainment that you're going to get. We need people to create things like that, and if you're not a pioneer in creating something like that, your responsibilities show up.
It used to be a survivability kind of issue, right?
Yeah.
There's not enough food here. We better go out into the wilderness and find more and settle that and then farm that and keep on going, right? Well, what about survivability in the job force, right? Out there in the marketplace, because people, in my opinion, need to continually grow, and it doesn't matter if they are of retirement age or not. And that can also mean a new job, like I said, a new career, like I said, but also maybe it allows you to buy a different piece of property and move up.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, or move up or move down and make different things available for people. The scope of how neighborhoods are going to look and change and evolve is always interesting to me. In the last many years now, we've been building patio homes like crazy, and the concept is what happens when our bigger population exit those homes. Well, will it be the generation that is looking right now where they're going to want to live there because they're busy running with their kids and they don't want to take care of a lawn, so an association makes sense for them. All those different things that come into play as far as community. It is going to start with the people who have been here the longest.
Right, exactly.
And we have to follow their lead, but it's the responsibility of the younger people in a community to follow that lead and pay attention to how can I keep this place great, even if it's for selfish reasons of I want my home value to maintain itself.
Exactly right. If you're a first-time home buyer especially, oh my gosh, the pride of being, maybe it's the first person in your family.
For
that
sure.
still happens today.
Oh, 100%. One of my most favorite transactions was a family that had been here for about 13 years. They immigrated here from Mexico, and it was a multi-generational purchase, and they worked hard. They worked hard to get that house, and they were the first people in their family that owned a home in the United States of America.
Yeah. How cool is that?
It was cool.
Wow. And here we are. We're recording this conversation just before the 4th of July.
Yep.
And that really hits home to a lot of people, I think.
I think it does. I think we can't forget all of the freedoms that are allowed to us because of the people that became before us, whether they were fighting in a war or developing a town.
Yeah. I look at the greatest generation, right? Boy, those people did things with nothing.
Absolutely. And they had nothing.
Yeah.
You know?
I wanted to ask you about, again, that first home that people get into, that first home ownership, that first sense of pride that they have. What do you say to people who may be a little skittish about taking that leap? I know what my rent is going to be. I don't have to worry about maintenance. I have a garage and all of that kind of stuff. But you're not getting anywhere.
Well, I mean, I think that it's timing and education.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that's not great going on in the real estate market not right now is sometimes we do push people too hard,
right,
and it's not time, and people get so focused in on winning a deal that they don't really pay attention to what they're buying, right? And is it the right thing? So, the best thing that we can do, and we strive to do this at VoigtJohnson a lot, is to make sure that we are communicating with our clients that if it's in the next 2 days, next 2 weeks, next 2 years, whatever your timeline is our timeline, and the right house will present itself with the right economics, but the goal should be to put yourself on the path to ownership.
One way to do that, call VoigtJohnson Real Estate.
Absolutely.
How about that phone number?
320-2. Sorry.
I shouldn't have done
Yeah,
that. I
yeah.
knew it as soon as I was.
Well, I can
Okay.
give you my cell phone. So.
If you want to see it, you can call my cell phone.
Yeah, you can call my cell phone at 320-250-1001, and we will talent match you with the right person for you.
Better yet, not call, but look them up online, VoigtJohnson.com, huh?
Yeah, that works too.
Everything is there. You can pick your agent. You can just have a great time.
That's great.
All right, thank you, Heidi.
Yep.
Taking you home with VoigtJohnson Real Estate. Heidi Voigt with us. Find out what is happening in today's real estate market every Thursday morning at 7:23, Saturday morning at 7:50 on KNSI. Start that home search at VoigtJohnson.com. How about that?